Chapter 27. As NF members were executing one another in Salinas, back in Modesto, Northstar Records was making thousands of dollars. Grattan had inadvertently made a name for himself, and G.U.N, Generations of United Norteños, was being sold in numerous Northern California record stores. The CD was a major success. By this time, he had made over $50,000, bought himself a newer Corvette convertible, and moved into a brand new home. Things seemed to be going in the right direction again. He thought he was right where he wanted to be and was ready to go legitimate. He even allowed the movie Veteranos, starring Jesse Borrego, to be filmed at his house. Grattan had a small part in the movie. However, along with the good always seemed to come the bad, and he was about to experience a few problems of his own. Never in a million years was Grattan looking for infamy, but the impact G.U.N had on today's youth was staggering. Norteños all across Northern California came together and began to unite. Red-on-red bloodshed was at an all-time low. Grattan was proud that Norteños had stopped fighting one another and that things were starting to look up. It was something to see the youngsters getting along. But what he didn't realize was that Norteños and other barrios throughout Northern California were taking the CD to a new level. Sureños were being attacked and bullets were flying. Gang violence between Norteños and Sureños was at an all-time high, and things were beginning to get out of control. It didn't take long for a wide variety of law enforcement agencies to take notice. Unbeknownst to Grattan, Northstar Records and its owners and rappers were under FBI investigation. Local authorities targeted Grattan, the origins of Northstar Records, and the purpose behind making the G.U.N CD. Because the CD originated in Modesto, the Modesto Police Department's Street Terrorism and Apprehension Team, STAT, decided to put together an investigators meeting and filtered a confidential memorandum which read, Northstar Investigators Meeting, August 27, 1998. The interest in Northstar Records and the CD cassette G.U.N, Generations of United Norteños, has been significant. From the response I received after announcing a meeting to discuss the album, it was evident I wasn't the only investigator that the message the album presented stunned. It's one thing to know of the hatred between the Norteño and Sureño street and prison gangs, and a completely different matter to hear it on tape in an effort to promote the gang. There has been some argument that G.U.N is no different than any other rap music that advocates violence or criminal activity. Listen to G.U.N, coupled with your knowledge of street gangs and their mission and the wording of Penal Code Section 186.22, and you will have a completely different opinion if you don't already. If the CD cassette had been written and promoted by non-Norteño gang members, I think there might be a First Amendment argument. We first started seeing and learning about Northstar and G.U.N after its release on Cinco de Mayo. We began intercepting posters and flyers and eventually a tape and CD. In examining the poster, Robert Grattan was easily identifiable. Posed with other Norteños, we still need to identify others in the poster. Upon checking further, I found that the business license was out of Modesto and in the name of Robson Grattan, Robert's brother. In talking to a CI familiar with the CD, I learned that Robert Grattan was behind the production, and the word was that he made $50,000 so far. This was in July. It was also learned that Robert Grattan is supposed to have a very successful meth operation and is laundering or funding Northstar with drug proceeds. I contacted Ron Ayala, an investigator from the Recording Industry Association of America. He looked at the CD and cassette and advised me of Penal Code 653W, which states that the producer and promoter of any recording has to be on the label. If the production is 999 copies or less, it is a misdemeanor. 1,000 or more, a felony. I also sent an original of both the CD and cassette to Ayala for further investigation. After further investigation, Ayala told me that there were no copyright violations. Northstar had not used anyone else's music or lyrics. He was able to identify and contact all Shire Studios, who admitted that they produced the CD cassettes for customers Robert and David Rocha. I had FI'd David Rocha in Modesto earlier in the year, at which time he stated he was a rap promoter. Rocha had been in the company of Robert Grattan. Names associated with North Star: Robert Lee Grattan. Address: Modesto, California, but lives in this area, and the phone number is blurped out. Reported to be the owner of North Star Records. Business license is in his brother's name. CI states that he has made $50,000 thus far off of a CD and cassette sales. Robert has an extensive rap and is supposed to be involved in meth. Sales and business is being funded with drug proceeds. Robson Lee Grattan. Phone number, address, Modesto, California. Robson is listed as the owner of North Star Records on the City of Modesto business license. Robson is the brother of Robert and was also recently arrested for forgery when he tried to pass altered money orders. David Rocha. Address in Tracy, California. Phone number. Rocha has been stopped in Modesto with Robert Grattan and said he was a record promoter from Tracy. He is listed as the customer of record with Alshire Productions out of Burbank, where the CD cassette G.U.N. were produced. The customer record shows a Robert and David Rocha. While obtaining copies of the CD cassette, I learned that Sam Goodies can hardly keep it on the shelf. We have had one shooting suspect arrested who had the CD in his player at the time of his arrest. He was stopped after a shots fired call and arrested for a 246 the day before. This was a Norteño Sureño motivated shooting, with the suspect being a 16-year-old Norteño. He was in the company of two other Norteños. Avenues of prosecution. One of the main motivators of this meeting was for us to share what we have learned as individual investigators about North Star and the players concerned. Some of the possibilities I have explored are as follows. 653W PC violation to gain more information concerning North Star and the main players. This might possibly lead to others and piggyback search warrants as well as other violations during the service of the search warrants. State Board of Equalization. It is my understanding that North Star is not licensed with the State Board. Health and safety sale. Money laundering. Parole or probation searches of individuals in the posters. One thing I am seeing with especially Norteño gang members is an attempt to conceal their residence or record and holdings. Either through little errors they can attribute to typos or by using relatives or friends to hide assist. Not a new brainstorm, but they are using it frequently. If after the meeting you learn of any new information concerning North Star or discover any new avenues to pursue, please contact me at the Modesto Police Department at the number listed below, which has a voicemail, or page me, Officer Tim Helton, 209-572-9500. Blow his ass up. North Star Records had truly fired up the long arm of the law, and Grattan had no room to blame the interested parties. The G.U.N. album opened with a speech from Grattan himself, in which he urged his fellow Norteños to halt the fighting against each other and to unite as carnales, brothers. The introduction is as follows. First and foremost, no matter where you are, may it be in the calles or in the pintas, we would like to send a few shouts out to our fellow carnales and all Norteños throughout Northern Califas. Much love. For those of us who represent, we must continue to respect the old, while at the same time welcoming the new. The primary purpose and goals of this album is to promote unity amongst each and every one of us as Norteños. This is a combined effort to enlighten the worthy, as the time is now that we must leave old attitudes to the past and adopt new and more meaningful and fulfilling ideas. Not only must we expand our minds, we must also explore various facets of life. Just as knowledge can be the key, there is strength in numbers. Therefore, we Norteños can no longer continue to fight against one another. All Norteños must unite with determination to fight and challenge all those who oppose our unity and advancement towards equal justice. This album is dedicated to all those who have sacrificed and those who continue to do so. With that, Let each of us as norteños recognize the true purpose of this album and come together henceforth, presenting a strong, united front. Que vivas, puros norteños unidos. The message had its desired effect. The G.U.N. album proved hugely popular among norteño youth and resulted in an almost overnight ending of the intra-neighborhood north-on-north violence. Unfortunately, the lyrics on the rest of the album glorified violence directed against other non-norteño gangs, specifically the Scrapas. I don't use that word, I'm just reading it. A derogatory term used to describe Southern California Latinos or Sureños. Yeah, what's up, G.U.N? Generations of United Norteños? CR, crank, tweak, what you want to call it. Got 4 libras broken down, cruising through my town in the norte, the valley of the powder. You got the Rottweiler, make your dog run like a coward. Y mato si quiero, pero. Hey man, my Spanish is fucked up, man, so don't hate, man. Then we take it to the fullest when we say so. The norte is the only place not bowing to LA. Nosotros controlamos todo. What you got to say? Simon, I bang to the fullest, loco. Leave my own in the ditch if he's a snitch. Being rich is a mission por vida. Holding up my barrio, execute a scrapa, no matas carnales. Without retaliation, it's like nation, fighting nation. Norteños always die by their own hands. But we gotta stop it and unite our northern lands. Your paño ain't no more red than mine. We're all from different barrios, but on the same side, carnales. It's up to norte to kill the beast. All sureños must cease. Chores, XIV till eternity, generations of United Norteños. How much feria do I got? I was tired of being broke. My carnal always said, vato, sell some dope. Chale, vato. I don't want to risk it all. It's cool with me. I'd rather die. Man, I was a fool. My daughter needed clothes, milk, diapers, and the toys. I need to get paid like the rest of my boys. But I'm a hardhead. Can't stand to have a job. Grab my cuete from my mattress. Now it's time to rob. Yeah, what's up? Put my cuete to the punk's face. I gotta admit, I love the feeling that makes my heart race. It's true we're laughing. It's true what they say. If you ever do it once, you'll do it twice the next day. What's the difference? My time is coming near. For the day without a dollar is my worst fear. If you act tough, walk the walk until the day this norteño drops. Chorus, repeat. Orale, carnal. I spot them, shoot them up. I got the homeboys, now we're gonna hit them up. I got the cuetes loaded, my finger itches. I'm dumping scrapas in the ditches. Ha ha ha. XIV till eternity. Don't you see what I see? I see these vatos walking around like we're nada, nothing. We ain't bluffing. Somebody better tell them something. Simon, my brothers, it's gonna be on. Norteños on the warpath. Vato, where you from? This is Norte. X4, crazy vatos N.A. y carnales en la calles. We ain't playing from the valley to the bay. Got some dope ready? Let's sell some pierdas. Get some feria for 14 pounds of the yerba. And when I die, full of chaos in the streets, another scrap dies where my blood seeps. Chorus, repeat. Oh my goodness. There were many other tracks on the album, a total of 14 that were just as violent, but the album's closing track, Scrap Killer, said it all. These putos are staying too close to Hollywood, local. These ain't no motherfucking sound effects. A full-loaded AK-47 rifle was fired. Bang, 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 bang. I can kill a scrap if you want me to. Scrap Killer. I can kill a scrap if you want me to. Scrap Killer, Northern Warrior. Motherfucking scrappers are getting sorrier. Running out of luck. And I can kill a scrap if you want me to. Not just for you, but for my damn self too, fool. Damn, I almost started singing. The fuck? The process of elimination was built on my frustration of the scrapper invasion. Focus on the enemy, keep him close, local. Sell him the cranca. They'll smoke it out the focal. If you want to murder, insert the NORTE, XIV till eternity. Much love to the veteranos of the Norte for paving the way for the camaradas in them. The blood that was shed was not in vain, cause the fallen soldiers are going insane. You'll be surprised at how religious the scrapas get when they're falling on their knees, looking up, grabbing their neck. Let me introduce you to the Norte, Cuete mi scrapa, scrapa mi cuete. The few, the proud, the Norteños. Much love to all the Norteños that have made sacrifices and those who continue to sacrifice. Norte, XIV, scrap killer. Oh, shit. Of course, I can kill a scrap if you want me to, scrap killer. Repeat. Blood rushing, grab a clip, crack, 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 crack. I put a cap in the jaw of a scrap. 14 were meaner, busting teeth with the sewer rat sweeper. Slamming heads, busting jaws on the concrete. 14K gold. I'm a crazy norteño. From the smallest little vato to the mero, laying in the cut, flamed up like I told you. Every northern city has thousands of soldiers. Scrap killer, Crip killer, Charlie with the 9 miller. SKS makes a better mess. I caught one slipping at a red light, then I start dumping at his chest. You see, this is Norte, XIV 14. Don't you ever ask me what I mean. I got that gap that will put you in the dirt. I piss on your grave with your mama's feelings hurt. Chorus, repeat. Hook a left on the street, it's known as Senora. It's a beautiful day in my hood, beautiful Northern California. I'm tripping. I think I see a scrap on my street, so I blink. If so, I'll burn your ass, then I'll leave in the street. As I slingshot my thoughts to another dimension of time and space, I paid attention to the scrapa's face. Let him see his eyes focus on my eyes. It's a window to his soul, sparkaleño. I hold in the smoke. It blows my mind about shit that I know. But hey, bro, hatred for the scrapas runs deep. There's no end, fool. Day by day, I put pump on my seat. As I creep, little time is spent. I kill the scrap's ass that gets no love, no free pass. I wonder how long will he last while I'm cutting out his true past. I see past the Sunday mass. I passed the fucking glass, snatched my own and toasted the homies. In my hood, scrappers are falling fast, and I can kill a scrap. Although the G.U.N. album would eventually make up towards 100,000 in the eyes of many, the financial gains were considered blood money. The lyrics on the CD had incited numerous shootings, stabbings, assaults, and a wide variety of other violent crimes. Law enforcement officers were literally seeing red, and the heat was on. Fuck, it killed me to read that bullshit.